Welcome back to Get My Go, episode number 59. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm joined today by just two other men.
Men's men.
Yes, we got true men's men. We have some real men's men on the show today from Australia. We have the Aussie guy, Dean. Welcome.
G'day, mate.
And the Philly entrepreneur, Mr. Joe Feeney III.
How's it going?
Oh, I forgot to mention, I've got a bit of a sore foot.
Oh.
It might be WWE foot.
Oh, no.
He's got a pee-pee. He's got a pee-pee.
He lift up his gut and he got a pee-pee.
Painful memories.
Yeah. First thing I got to do right away, I want to thank the people that bought a Get My Go t-shirt during the Black Friday sale at prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durband. We have Jay Baca, who is probably the most supportive guy that watches and listens to our show. Thank you, Jay. I think Jay's got every shirt. Jay bought the new black and red Wolfpack GMG shirt. Thank you, Jay. We got Raymond Walters, who bought the black and white version. Kevin Mari, also another great supporter. He's got probably all the shirts. He bought the Wolfpack one also. And Rob, RYS, but that's Bobo. Thank you, Bobo. He got the Wolfpack one too. So thank you guys for the support. Because you bought the shirt, we have now upgraded to StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not using the free Zoom anymore. We're using StreamYard, and I hope to learn it and master it as Joe has mastered it for Keeping It 100. We got a crawl at the bottom of the screen. Look at that.
That's great.
And Joe, we got a new sponsor. Thank you, Joe, for your hard work. Tell us about it.
It's not the only one coming either, but Manscaped, where the ads will start in January, but the code is active now. So if you go to manscaped.com and use the code GMG, you can get 20% off your Manscaped kit. You can get the cologne. You can buy any of the single items if you want. But if I was you, I would get the kit where you get the clippers, you get the ball toner, you get the ball deodorant, you get everything. So there's also a sweet toenail and fingernail clipper kit and an ear and eyebrow hair trimmer, which is very important. Yeah, I mean, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite, but yes, it's very important. I fucked that up. It's nose hair and ear hair trimmer, but you can use it. You can use it on your eyebrows too.
Okay.
But nose hair, knock that nose hair out, please.
Well, I was hoping to do our Christmas episode this Saturday, the 11th, but we couldn't get everybody together. Everybody's busy. Yeah, so no, I don't think we're going to do a Christmas episode this year. That's okay. Maybe we'll do something else. Maybe
New Year's.
Yeah, maybe New Year's or an epic St. Patrick's Day drinking party.
Yeah, I've seen.
Wow.
Yeah, drinking parties gotta happen.
Yeah, so I had no idea what to do for this episode. I had nothing clipped. We're kind of done with Rue. We did what we had to do. Otaku's got some new videos. We may revisit him at some point. Wrestling with Reality, Revival, Retro Revival. They've just been putting out extremely boring content.
Same shit over and over
Yeah,
again.
dude. It's 2 or 3 times a week. It's nothing spectacular. So I really didn't have any idea what to do for this next episode. And then one morning I woke up and I had an email from our great friend, Mr. Matt Wilson. And I saw there was like 5 attachments in the email. And
Get it right. Great good friend.
yeah, our great good friend, Matt Wilson. And he sent me 5 great clips. And it's vintage Reality Check Network stuff.
Could we say this is a retro wrestling with reality revival?
Yes. And one thing I think I'm pretty sure about Matt is that it's not like he's just going through their feed and finding stuff. I think he downloaded the whole catalog back in the day, so he has everything, even the stuff that was deleted.
Yes.
Yeah, because I from the hints that Mike has given me about this, what's coming, I don't believe I've ever heard this. I think this is very retro, like in terms of this episode is deleted now. I could be wrong, but yeah.
It's rare. It's hidden, but it's been talked about, like the Superman 2 Donner cut is what it is, basically. Was that the one? Husey, is that the right reference?
Yeah.
Let me say
So
real quick.
can we say this audio's been in the closet?
It's been it's coming out of the closet. I was just going to say real quick about our subjects. Like, John and Chris can have a certain charm. Rue and his crew had a certain charm, but Otaku is absolutely charmless. I just wanted to say
Yeah.
like,
He's a
despicable.
filthy
guys,
human being.
I already have a smile on my face because I'm ready, but if I know it's Otaku, I'm kind of like, oh, this guy's going to be fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Filth.
Yeah, so there's one long clip of John by himself, and it's basically one of those things he used to do where he just promo what's coming up on the network and what shows they got at that particular time, and it's one of those. Yeah, it's like
he was putting in the work, dude.
He did. He put a lot of work into it back then.
In the work back then.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, he's totally lazy now, where him and Martin just push play on an old video and just talk bullshit over it for an hour and a half. But John put his work in back then, and you're going to see that. You're going to see his effort. Where did that effort go, John? And then there's a few other short clips after that, and one of them, it involves a celebrity name that Get My Go listeners have heard on this show before, and you will love that clip. Yeah. All right, so we're going to start off with the long one.
As John always says,
or to do the Chris Martin laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's still clapping.
All right, we're going to start off with a long clip. This one was called Exciting News, and I don't know the date on that. I wish that Matt would have put the date on it, but that's okay. Doesn't really matter. This is probably before Dean joined up with them, right?
Possibly. Depending
he doesn't mention you at all. So
those guys were pretty good at not mentioning me, even when I was on there.
When you first tweeted at me, I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah,
they had it, and I'm like, "I didn't do anything. Who's this?"
You are listening to Wrestling with Reality, your raw, real, and edgy look into the world of professional wrestling every Wednesday and Saturday, brought to you by the Reality Check Podcast Network. Now, without further delay, I present to you Wrestling with Reality, hosted by John Wangland, Jeff Maxon, and Rad Rob Francois.
So this must have just been like his drop intro, because it's not, they don't go into Wrestling with Reality. I think this was just his pre-recorded intro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sounds pretty familiar across a bunch of episodes. What I will say, great choice. I mean, I believe that was the Chili Peppers version, right, Mike? But if you want to hear a great podcast episode talking about the Stevie Wonder version of Higher Ground, check out Mike Durbin talking to Conan about their top 5 Stevie Wonder songs.
Yes.
My favorite part already is, what kind of hubris does it take to announce yourself?
Tremendous word for a Caucasian on a podcast.
Thank you. Like I know for a fact that you could dig up 75. This is Creative Control with Joe Feeney, but I never say with host Joe Feeney like it's not me. That was a little strange there.
Yeah, you're not The Rock.
I'm tired of looking at the same bland gray walls.
Yeah, so that was a pre-recorded intro, and then it goes right to the commercial, and the commercial's very loud.
Do you want to brighten up your living room, your bedroom, your office, your workshop, or your man cave? Well, look no further than Routed Designs Custom Signs.
Yeah, I think I clipped it from there, but...
The coolest.
Oh, that's going on. Hey, that's classic Wangland with the volume of the music, right?
Oh, it's terrible.
Going on. You have John Wangland, host of Wrestling with Reality, here with you. Very glad to be with each and every one of you tonight. Wanted to share some fun news and stuff that we got going on the show and on the network and everything like that. So with that said, I'm going to jump right into it tonight. So we are going to be...
He's doing a lot of the Martin thing.
Yeah, no, you gotta get in that editor and cut those out. Cut out anybody sucking in wind, man.
Yeah,
this is
John. Throw that shit out.
Adding even more content each week for you guys right here on Wrestling with Reality. So we got some fun stuff that we're going to be doing each week here. So we were giving you guys 2 shows a week. Now we're going to start giving you at least 3 to 5 shows a week right here on Wrestling with Reality on this show right here. So what are we going to be doing that's going to be a little bit different? Well, have no fear for all of our wrestling fans. We're still going to cover wrestling. We're still going to have fun doing pay-per-views, big shows, stuff like that, doing interviews. All the wrestling stuff is not going anywhere. We're not going to stop doing that. But what we are going to do is we're going to kind of add some components. And for those of you who maybe have seen over the last few weeks, I've been running some trial runs on shows, on some different things that I was interested in doing to see what really took, what didn't. And I wanted to make some changes based on that. So maybe you've noticed that that the last few weeks you see some different types and styles of shows, people I've been bringing on, different shows, categories that were way different than what we're doing. So here's a little idea on what we got that's going to be going on over the next week or so, as we're going to be making some format changes to the show.
So which shows did he dump? I mean, he's making it seem like an American Idol, like, oh, you know, did I select this show? Did I select that show based on performance? And so any show that got 18 downloads or above, maybe he took a serious look at, but under 16.
As we're going to be making some format changes to the show. So every week we are going to highlight one, maybe two new podcasts that are out there. So if you're a new podcaster, you want to get some exposure, you got a good concept and idea, and if it's something that after listening to it and hearing about it that I think might be a good fit for our network, or to maybe just a good fit for the show to help them get some exposure, I will be helping out. And
Come on. Here's where the problem began. At that point, John was a new show that needed exposure. Yeah. He couldn't offer exposure to anybody else. He needed exposure. So I don't know I know what he was thinking, but I don't know if I was a podcaster and I would have researched that this guy had only been around since October or whatever, and has really no proof of any type of success, that I probably would have thought twice about working with him.
And at this point, this audio playing on Get My Go Now, like, that is the way. Like, if you've got someone who has a podcast that they want some exposure, send it in to Get My Go, and we'll review it.
Yeah, you will actually get exposure.
Yeah.
And kind of promoting any new and up and coming shows that are out there. If they want to send me their files, they want to send me their show, I'll play it right here. I'll get them exposed to thousands of people for them, and just different
thousands of people.
Stop it.
Thousands of people. So he's basically just saying, send me your entire show file and I'll put it on this feed. Yeah. And you'll get thousands of
people. Yeah. Imagine Conrad did that. Just send me a show, we'll bung it on the Pritchard feed.
Topics than what we normally cover on here. So it's going to be kind of like my showcase thing that I do every week. So I've been doing a lot for the 1159 podcast to throw their stuff out there, and it's got great reviews from everybody. They've been really enjoying it, and we're going to keep the trend up doing that. So one of the shows a week that we're going to be doing right here on Wrestling with Reality is going to be a showcase show for an up-and-comer, somebody that's interested in getting their name out a little bit more to the masses, and it's my way of giving back to somebody else to help them out, to get them exposed to thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people that listen and traffic through them.
Whoa,
tens of
millions of people. Next.
That's the episode title, tens of thousands.
I bet I know who gave 1159 a good review, and they were the best iTunes reviewer out there.
Yeah.
The ego of this. To say to people, oh, I can get you exposure. Who the fuck are you? Like, obviously we know who he is, but who would know who he is at this time? Nobody, other than his plugs that he'd get on Keep It at 100, which he lost by starting his own network.
Yeah. And when you're an unrecognized podcaster, any attention you get from anybody is a good thing. So he kind of just suckered people in because he knew that no one was recognizing anyone that he was. So he becomes the Swami.
This show every week. So
that breathing it distracted me the whole time. Every inhale is
a lot of help when I got started from great people, and I always like to do the same. So you're going to see that and continue to see that going on right here on Wrestling with Reality at least once a week for that kind of that spotlight, that showcase segment. Also, you might have noticed that I've been doing a lot of entertainment stuff. So we have been doing the Game of Thrones review. We've been doing some different funny and comedy shows. So each week we're going to do at least one entertainment style show right here on Wrestling with Reality.
When does the entertainment start? When does the comedy start? I've never heard a comedy show from this guy.
I just love that because he promised 3 to 5 shows a week, but only one a week is going to be an entertainment style.
Yeah.
The rest of them just garbage. We'll entertain you once a week.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reviewing movies. We're going to be reviewing series. We're going to be talking entertainment news. Anything that's in the entertainment world that's out there, we're going to be talking about right here. So some fun things that you have upcoming over the next week or so to look forward to from some shows here that I'm going to be doing with entertainment is we've been talking about it for a few weeks since it came out. We're going to be doing a Cobra Kai review that's going to be coming out, I believe, over the weekend, if not on Monday, just depending upon how many shows I got coming up this weekend.
What I will say, John is way too eager to announce his ideas. He's always done this, and he continues to do this. He loves to announce his ideas without having any plans whatsoever. And one of the things that he did follow through, because at this time period, I believe it's when he started his uncut, uncensored, unfiltered with Jeff Johnson, not Johnson, the Simple Man. Anyway, the Simple Man. What's his name?
Isn't that Jeff Johnson?
Miller.
No.
That's Miller.
Jeff Miller.
That's Jeff Miller. Yeah. That is anti-comedy. I will say that's super cringe fest. But yeah. Anyway, my main point: John loves to announce what he's going to do, and he never does it.
Yep.
I felt that right in the heart. As soon as you said that, I thought about Feeney Radio and Creative Control Daily and other things that I started that took a big shit.
That I'm
still waiting on that announcement from what was it, episode 54? You said he had a big birthday announcement.
Yeah, what was that, Joe?
What was that announcement?
I was going to quit. I was going to quit. I was going to fold Creative Control for the time, for any. What's the word I'm looking for? For the time being, for a while, whatever. But it's
have you already done that?
Why do I need to announce exactly? Why would I need to announce that?
Yeah.
Coming up this weekend that I'm going to put out. So we're going to be putting that Cobra Kai episode out.
He just always thought he always thought more was better, and more is not all. It's not necessarily better at all.
Yeah.
With Conrad, he got lucky. A show a day was just what the doctor ordered. With Keeping It 100, we found that there was an audience for more than one show a week, and really, one of them requires no extra work for anybody else, which is why they love that idea.
The review, Rob and myself did a great review on it, and it's going to come out for everybody to listen to. Next week, we're going to be taping an Avengers Endgame review. We're going to have several people who've seen the movie. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break down the whole Avengers and Marvel stuff. And
why does it sound like he's opening a cough drop? Have you noticed that too? Now I'm not only am I hearing his, but in the background I hear crinkle, 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 crinkle. Listen for it. I'm serious.
Maybe it's that. What was Martin using? Was it called Suboxone? He told me what it was.
Yeah, I didn't know it was wrapped like that.
Yeah.
I love that he's going to have a bunch of people on that have seen the movie. That's good. Glad to know that they've seen it.
Helpful.
And just have a great time and just have some fun with that. And those are two just different shows that we got coming up over the next week or two.
I just love the fact that he thinks, like I said, more was always better with John. And all I can think about is him doing an entertainment show. And it's John and Rob, and they're like, so Paris Hilton got out of rehab this week. It's like, who gives a fuck? Who's going to listen to that? It's fucking silly.
So we're also, like I had mentioned, we're going to talk entertainment news each week. We're going to break down series. We're going to break down shows. So this is just the start of it. So you can expect to see every week an entertainment.
Hey.
That happens a couple times. His voice cracks.
He's wiped out, man. He needs some tea with honey.
Yeah.
So this is just the start of it. So you can expect to see every week an entertainment segment.
That's great.
Where, like I said, we break down different things in the entertainment field. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I know a lot of people like the change of pace with it. The Game of Thrones reviews we've been doing have been getting massive downloads, and people are loving it. So I want to continue that trend here and give back to our fans and keep it going with some great entertainment styles shows. Also, we will be continuing on, like I had mentioned earlier, with wrestling. There's nothing that's going to be changing on the wrestling part. We're going to be bringing you wrestling interviews. We're going to be bringing you wrestling talk every Saturday or Sunday with me and Rob Francois, just like
Rob Francois.
I hate
brutal.
So once again, nothing is changing with wrestling. If you like wrestling and this is one of your places that you go, and we're happy that it's one of your places that you go to listen to about wrestling every week and all of our interviews that we do, it's not changing. Nothing's going to be different on that. You're still going to get 1 or 2 shows a week with wrestling too.
Thank God.
Now, the last component I want to add to the show every week is I'm going to do a segment. It's not going to be a long one, but I'm going to be doing a show every week where I'm going to be talking about random issues. I'm going to be doing some motivational stuff with everybody. We're going to be talking about things that are going on in society, things that are going on in the news, things that are going on in my life that I think I can help with. We're going to talk about the past. We're going to talk about the present. We're going to talk about the future. It's going to be a really different segment than what you've seen sometimes on this show, because what a lot of people don't realize is what I do in real life for a real life job is a different segment than what you've seen sometimes on this show.
What you need to do is find a goal. You need to find a goal in your life. And you got to work towards that goal. Keep working towards that goal, and you'll find that you'll get happiness in your life. That's his Monday motivation show. Yeah. Just so everyone knows.
I think that's what we got to do next. We got to do a full Monday motivation. Matt, if you got any of those, pick one and send me the best one.
Or the road to redemption.
Yeah.
But one thing, when you go back through this, you're going to hear it again. I don't want you to go back because it was like 30 seconds ago. But he goes, it's not really going to be a long one. It's totally could be in the song.
It's not going to be a long one. Because what a lot of people don't realize is what I do in real life for a real life job, as I've probably mentioned here a few times, is I do social work. I do counseling. I work with people in the human services field for a very, very long time. I've done everything from direct counseling, substance abuse, working with people with developmental disabilities.
Substance abuse. We all know his brilliant advice on that.
Because it's pretty simple. If you don't want to use drugs or alcohol, don't use them.
So when he says that that he works with people, mental health, all that, can you just put in a whole bunch of clips of him trashing people relentlessly? Joe's got bipolar. He's a bipolar freak, and all those different things. Just for context.
Kurt Angle was stoned off his gore, though.
Because let me tell you, Vince is a con man. He's a con man of the first order. He knows how to bring people in to make people think that he cares about them.
Because you don't have any balls to ever say it to my fucking face, ever.
What he doesn't mention is when he's talking about treating a patient with substance abuse and mental issues, he's talking about himself. He's just treating himself. He doesn't have any patients.
I would like to dispel that rumor, though.
Working with veterans, ran homeless shelters, ran nonprofit organizations, and I also do a lot of speaking engagements based upon some of the things that have happened in my life, negative things that I've done that I mentioned right here on the show.
I will pay huge amounts of money if somebody can find me a video clip of him doing public speaking.
That's what I was going to say. Zero evidence of that. And he's the kind of guy that would post that clip. But there's zero evidence that he's ever done any public speaking. There's a picture of him in a priest gimmick one time, whatever. Probably a wedding or whatever. But I've never seen any evidence of him doing public speaking.
I think it was many, many months ago, but I think I said actually on this show that I've played a few Wangland clips to my friend at work, and the first thing he said was, this guy should not have a job that's related to speaking.
Yeah.
So he's not speaking in front of people. This is not happening unless all those people are homeless and there's free food, and they're all just like, we'll listen to this prick if we can get some free food.
With substance abuse, with different things that I went through with PTSD. And this is nothing new if you've been listening to the show since the beginning. I'm not sitting over here and telling a lot of you guys things that you didn't know, because I'm an open book to anybody. I'm the first person that tells anybody about my mistakes because I want to help motivate them. So I do a lot of motivational speaking and speeches and engagements too to help motivate people. So I want to start bringing that more to the podcast. Bringing some positivity, talking about life a little bit, because that's what I do every day. And I'm very passionate about that too. And I want to bring 3-4 different ideas right here every week to each and every one of you guys, because I think that's really important to do. And it doesn't mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It's my opinion. It's my look at life on certain things. And it's the topics that I think, whatever come to my mind, it's just going to be relevant, for that right there.
What?
For that right there.
Oh, man. That's a classic. I guess he ran out. He said he was going to bring 3-4 new ideas a week, but I guess he must have ran out.
Well, it's just his opinion. But whatever comes into his head will be relevant for that right there.
He's so great.
So now,
Whoa! Double slurp.
Oh, Come on, I gotta hear that.
Is this
again.
back when Husey would call him a thirsty bitch?
I think, yeah. Maybe it's why he moved the mic so far away from him to where now you can hear him clubbing on his keyboard.
The only thing I think is worse, like this is the worst thing I've heard.
The network has been doing.
Shit.
That's the worst thing I've heard in podcast history. The second worst is early in Steve Austin's podcasting run. He had a devastating nose whistle that you would hear whenever someone else was talking. He would just go,
Yeah.
fuck, Steve, mute the mic when someone else is talking.
Poor old Big Mike Loving had that issue too on the Royal Ramble.
Yeah. This is what you hear in John. You can hear John's spacebar hit.
Yes. Whenever he brings a comment on the screen, ka-dunk.
And I'm going to show you this comment right there, right over there. Here it is. You're gone, buddy. Beat it, troll.
The network has been doing great. We can't thank you guys enough for your support. We got great shows such as The People Under the Stairs with Paul and Stan, who cover all the paranormal and the spooky stuff. Really interesting topics. They did some great shows this last week. We got one of the best wrestling podcasts that's out there, the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast with Jeff Johnson and Rob Francois. They break down all your shows and all your stuff from the week, all your news. And these guys are just money, right? That's out there.
These guys are just money, right? That's out
Money.
there. It's a great sentence, man.
He's clearly a student. Like, I've said something similar before, but he's clearly a student of, like, what's that book called? Like The Wish or The Dream or what is it? Where you put your board on the wall and you
The
believe
Secret.
He's clearly a follower of something similar to that, because obviously John believes if you just say it enough, it becomes reality. If you just say, and there's no offense to Rob, if you just say that Rad Turtles is the best wrestling podcast, is the best, they're the hottest, they're the best. If you keep saying it, people will believe it. It's like, what was Hitler's minister of propaganda's name?
Joseph Goebbels.
Goebbels.
Yeah, he's Goebbels.
You fake it till you make it. That's the thing, isn't it? Like that's what he's going by. Fake it till you make it. Pretend like you're a big deal, and eventually people will believe you're a big deal.
And it works. It just didn't work here. Or dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. You know.
And they are kicking ass and taking names. Congratulations to them. They've gotten up as high as number 57 on the Stitcher charts to move right up. They've been doing some great stuff out there.
Sorry, is this a horror film? Did we hear the creaky door in the background then?
I don't know what he was using to record back then. I mean, we all have our old days. Dean was talking about it before, about his echoey room that he was in. And I used to record through a phone recording system. We've all had our bad days, but this is especially bad, whatever he's recording on right now.
And everybody's loving the Rad Turtles Wrestling Podcast. So they're going to keep doing their great things. They got some great interviews coming up. Just a lot of cool stuff on that show. You got Blake and Jeff on Effing For Real. They're doing all your MMA, your UFC, your Bellator, all that different stuff that's going on in the MMA world. So make sure you guys go out and check out Blake and Jeff's Twitch stuff. It's right on their sites, Run With Turtles on Twitter and Effing For Real. So Effing and then the number 4 Real. You can find their Twitch gaming streams that's out there, and they do that for all the fights now, and people are really digging it. These guys are making some great waves that's out there.
These guys, hold on. These guys are making some great waves that's out there. Fuck, I got to put that on a t-shirt, man.
And this is what he did, and that's what's unfortunate. Like when Rob first did this show, he said, man, after I left, I found out what my actual numbers were, what my actual impact was, and it's not anything like John told me it was, you know. So this is, all these guys are getting emails from John saying, I'm getting great reviews, I'm getting great, and there's no evidence of any of it. No one's seeing it. It's not on Twitter. It's not, only in John's mailbox, only in his email.
Joe, next week on Keeping It 100, during the plugs at the end, I want you to put that sentence, apply that to one of the shows on your network. Write down the exact line, and I don't care who you put it on, but I want to hear that on that show.
You know, these guys are making some great waves that's out there. The podcast with Bang and Dang, who are just killing it, man. These guys are getting some massive downloads. They're really close to breaking into the iTunes charts up here. These guys are doing some fun stuff. They talk about anything and everything. And Bang's got the best signs that are out there with Rada Designs custom signs. You've heard the ads here a lot. And I'm telling you, these guys got a fun show. These guys are funny as hell. They do a lot of off the cuff comedy gigs and comedy speeches and things like that. It's really cool stuff, man. You guys will really like it. David Radigan's going to be taking a little hiatus for a few months. He's getting married. He's buying a house. He's got his 2 careers that he's got going on, but he's going to be back, I think, right at the end of the summertime. And don't worry, David Radigan's coming back for everybody. He'll be back at the end of the summer. When he jumped on with us after leaving the Creative Control Network, this was something we had talked about right from the beginning. He wanted a little time off so he could focus on his home buying experience and his wedding, his honeymoon, everything that's coming up for him. So Dave's coming back. Don't worry.
Did Dave ever put a show on a reality show?
No.
Never?
No.
I don't know if he just quit or if he saw how it was going or he was fed up, but whatever it was, he just never came back.
Going to be a little bit of a new concept from what we've talked about there. So I'm not going to spoil that till it comes up, but you're going to see a little bit different from David's show. I'm really excited for him for it. David's got a great show anyways, but we were running some ideas by, and it might be a little bit of a name change, might be a little bit of a concept change. But David will be back this summer towards the end of it or the early part of the fall. So don't worry. He's still going to come on the shows here and come and hang out with us a lot just to keep going out there. But David, congratulations on getting married, your honeymoon coming up, your first home buying, all the great stuff that you and your soon-to-be wife are doing in your career. So we wish you all the success, and we know you're coming back in a few months, but kick ass, man. We appreciate all the hard work that you've always put in to give some great shows that's out there.
Some great shows that's out there.
He what's he thanking him for? He never did any work for him.
Nope.
Yeah, never.
I don't even think he came on as a guest on any of the shows.
He was on that one of the Castrating the Bros and was heavily.
Oh yeah, he completely ruined an already ruined show. He made it worse.
Yeah.
I want to hear
He
that.
brought a show that came to a screeching halt at the beginning. He brought it to a further screeching halt.
Yeah.
I want to hear what the new concept was, though. What was wrong? That makes me think that John wanted him to change something. What was wrong with Dave's concept?
Anyway.
And of course, I cannot miss the Just Thinking with Stan Wangland. He's giving you 5 shows a week. They're 15 to 20 minute long shows. And man, he hits everything. And I've heard a lot of his stuff because I grew up with him my whole life, being my father, but his show's really making some huge waves that's out there. And I really want you guys.
Whoa.
That's the quote. That's the episode name. Huge waves that are out there.
Yeah.
Really making some huge waves that's out there. And I.
Where does that even come from? Like, how does that?
Huge waves that's out there.
Why can't you just say some huge waves?
Yeah. But they're out there.
You know what's funny?
That's the episode title.
And you guys could probably both back this up, but maybe Mike especially, because I don't know if Dean ever got any Angry John emails, but his angry emails, he types like he speaks. So there is out there's and there, man, and stuff in his typing. It's so fun.
I don't think I've got any angry ones from him.
You think you're the biggest thing since sliced bread out there? Yeah, I've gotten them.
What's funny about people like you is you want to sit over there for 6 days and go make phony ass videos with your friends.
Can you hear that?
Do things.
Yeah.
But you might want to think about who you associate with and who they are really deep down under, Mike. I don't know if I want to be associated with one of.
I love that.
Oh, is that where he's talking about Rob jacking off to his neighbor?
That's before that came out.
Yeah.
But we all kind of knew what it was, like, or had a suspicion. You know.
I know. I didn't at that point. I didn't know. I thought he was talking about somebody else.
I had a suspicion that he meant Rob had a past or something. That's exactly what I got out of that, and it was, and I kind of immediately thought, like, but you're telling us we should watch who we associate with. You just associated with him for like 18 months or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, I didn't know about that until Rob revealed it on a podcast.
A classic podcast.
All on his own.
Yeah.
He did that all on his own. So when I make jokes about it, Rob, you did that.
I really want you guys to go check it out too, just like all the other shows. It's just a lot of fun, man. He really puts a lot of effort and work into this show, and it's definitely evident in what he's doing that's out there. So you guys will really enjoy this show. We're on a new platform. What does that mean? It means no changes in regards to however you get your shows, unless it was from Simplecast. We had a great run with Simplecast from the beginning. I wanted to go with Spreaker right from the start when I started the Reality Check Podcast Network, but what I did was I wanted to build the up and coming shows up first and get them kind of going, get them a little bit of a following in the fan base before I switched over to Spreaker, because Spreaker's got some different programs that are available.
Fuck you. Fuck
What
you.
does that even mean? What does that even mean?
What programs do they have, Joe?
Dude, it's just you upload and that's it. There's nothing. The analytics are different. The analytics actually show less numbers, which are the real numbers. So when you're somewhere else and it's telling you got 6,000, you probably don't. You probably got 1,500 when it comes to the real deal, when they really go through and sift away all the double listens and all that shit, whatever. But he's a fucking liar. I knew as soon as I announced I fucking signed with Spreaker that this cocksucker was going to follow, and he fucking did, and it pissed me off. Stop following me, cocksucker. He did the same thing with fucking Podcorn.
For everybody and for podcasters, for monetization, for advertising, and it's a great site that's out there. So I'd wanted to go with them from the beginning, but wanted to build up a little bit. And now that we built these shows up, I made the switch over from Simplecast to Spreaker. Once again, it makes no changes unless you listened on Simplecast, which is not on that platform anymore.
The Simplecast. Yeah. I wish you could, I know it's out there, if you could somehow manage to put just behind this clip, the clip of John going, yeah, we had to leave Spreaker for this. Spreaker wasn't doing this for us. Oh, I don't like this about them. No. Right now, they're the greatest thing ever. But like 2 weeks later, he was already fucking trying to jump because they revealed what his real numbers were.
There's nothing wrong with Spreaker there, man. It's just we got a better offer for Megaphone there, man.
Megaphone was making some big waves out there.
Big thanks to Simplecast. They were great partners. They are a phenomenal hosting site, and they do a wonderful job. No bad anything to say about Simplecast. They are a great hosting service for anybody that's looking to start a podcast. Simplecast is a great service to go with. Nothing but love for the people over at Simplecast. Spreaker just made a lot more sense after talking to their team over there and looking at some different factors in business for the business side of the shows.
It's cutting into your exercise time. It's stabbing you in the back.
Who did he talk to? He didn't talk to anybody.
No,
Come on. No. Like he had a meeting with some executive from.
There might have been an acquisitions person that spoke to him after he solicited their email first. But he's talking to Simplecast like they noticed that he was there and gone. Simplecast paid $20 or $10 and they put your shows up for you. There's no personal involvement. He never had any team. He doesn't know. There's nobody at Simplecast for him to thank personally because no one ever spoke to him.
No, Simplecast put out a tweet. I remember it. They put out a tweet. So thanks for your time with us, John Wangland. Wrestling with Reality, we appreciate it.
Although the wonderful, see now when I named sites or whatever, I'm like, this fucker's just going to copy it. But the beautiful site AdvertiseCast did release a tweet when Get My Go came on board. Remember that? We're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
We'd like to welcome comedy show Get My Go. I was like, oh shit, look at that.
And for the financial side of it, Spreaker made a lot more sense for us to go to, especially with the amount of downloads and the numbers that we do, because our shows are doing tremendous numbers, tremendous downloads, and really, really making some waves. So Spreaker made a little bit more sense. So like I said, nothing changed except for the fact if you listen to Simplecast, Spreaker has its own app. You can download it right to your phone, whether it's a Google or iPhone one. Doesn't really matter whatsoever. And you're still going to get all the shows on Google Play, on
Okay, so now you're hearing birds chirping in the background, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is he? Disney World?
Stitcher, on Spotify, iTunes. Nothing's changing. You don't have to resubscribe to anything. If you're new to listening to us and are hearing this tonight, man, get out and go subscribe, whatever your platform is that you use. You can subscribe. We're on TuneIn as well. I mean, we're everywhere. Overcast, you name it, Wrestling with Reality, and all the shows on the network are right out there as well. So
Overcast is how you describe a night. It's not a podcast provider. That was just totally made up.
Please go ahead, subscribe. Give us a rate and review too. Whether you think it's great, whether you think we need some work, we hope we're making you happy and you give us a great rating, but it's very important that you guys go do that. So make sure that you please do that. And you're going to hear a little bit more advertisements built in addition to the sponsorships that I get for all the shows, along with Wrestling with Reality and the ones that I work on. And we have some upcoming sponsors coming up that are great. You're going to hear some ads built in the beginning, the middle, the end, a lot of our episodes. It's really important if you guys can spend a 15 to 30 seconds listening to those advertisements from our great sponsors that are putting them into our show. And reason is, that's what keeps the lights on in this house. That's what keeps the bills paid. That's what keeps everything going for us. So it's really important that people just take that 30 seconds, listen to that ad, don't skip through it. And it really helps us out. That's how we bring this show free to you guys every single week on all the different platforms. Because whether you know it or not about podcasting, it costs money to put them together. And it costs money to stream them and host them. And it's really important if you guys could do me that favor for all the shows, when you hear those little commercials coming on or any advertisements we have, please just listen to them out. There's some great...
Listen to them out.
Please just listen to them out.
I never had the balls to ever even say that. Like, if you want to listen to them, listen to them. If you don't.
That sponsor us and that gets inputted into our hosting service. So really good stuff, good deals. It's just really important for us to be able to keep bringing you guys this show for free. These guys are the ones that keep the lights on and pay the bills to help us out and compensate us for all our hard work, because this is not free. This costs money, and it's just really important. So we really appreciate it if you could do that.
Downloads in India cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Then we need your help.
And I doubt that there was ever a month, maybe there was one or two, where John was compensated to the point where he went, now this is worth it. But I doubt it. I'm trying to think, like a few $75 fees, maybe a Manscaped in there, the time he, hustled Blue Chew. Maybe there was a month or two where he made like $1,000, but that's not enough to live on anyway. But I really don't even see that.
And with
that was a big one. I gotta hear that again.
And with that said, I appreciate your time for this 15 minutes here. I'm going to come back on Monday with a motivational episode for you there. We're going to talk about some different topics. I'll drop it on the Saturday show and let you guys know what the topic is going to be. I'm narrowing down a few. So I'm going to kick off the week with something good that's out there, some good vibes for you to get your week going on Monday, just for me. And then this weekend here, what do we got? We're going to probably put the Cobra Kai show out this weekend, maybe on Friday, maybe on Sunday, maybe on Saturday. I haven't picked the day yet that's going to go out, but it's going to go out this weekend. And then we're going to have a wrestling show with me and Rob for you. We're going to talk about all the news and the gossip and everything that's going on. And then next week, Monday, I'm going to kick the week off with that great motivational show. We're going to have a couple of the up and coming podcasts that are going to be out there. I'll be streaming on our site, and business as usual. All the stuff I told you about and the changes from the beginning, that's what we're going to have out there, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We hope you enjoy the shows. Feel free, check us out at WWR Podcast on Twitter, Reality Check Podcast Network on Instagram, and check us out on all the different sites for your podcast listening pleasure. Rate, review, subscribe, so that way when you get all these shows every week, the 3, 4, 5 shows we're giving you a week, it comes right to your thing and lets you know right when it's coming on. We deliver. We give everything we can to all of our great listeners and fans out there, and we appreciate your support.
I forget what he said. It's coming to the thing.
Straight to your thing. Straight to your thing. Mike, you remember back, I think it was back on episode 53, maybe 54, I challenged you to make a new Get My Go song with Ruse Cough.
Yeah.
And I think Husey quipped, We Will Mock You would be the song. I've now realized you can put it with John's inhale. So you could go...
All right, almost done.
And you can always hit me up as well. Drop me an email, wwrpodcast.com@gmail.com. And I would love to chat with you if you got any ideas. If you're ever interested in pitching a show to me, you're always more than welcome to hit me up on there. And then we can talk. We can see if it might be a fit. We can talk some business. We can go over a couple things, and I'll do whatever I can to help you out. I do my best to always do that for people. So please feel free to hit me up on there, and make sure you guys check out all the great shows right here on the Reality Check Podcast Network. And we will see you back again this weekend with our wrestling show and our Cobra Kai review, and right back Monday.
That's it.
He doesn't know how to wrap up a show. He wanted you to pitch something to him, and then he wanted to see if it fits.
It fits.
Yeah,
Everything fits.
Just bottom right about all of that.
He hasn't found his buzzword yet because he's referring to all the up and coming shows. Within a couple of weeks, they're going to become renegade podcasts. So eventually came up with a nice buzzword for the shows nobody knows.
I thought renegade was Martin's thing.
Yeah, Martin.
No, I remember him saying the lesser known renegade podcast or stuff. He would say that.
Yeah. Because I think Martin came up with retro renegades for the fans of retro wrestling,
which gives you another opportunity, Mike, to remake the song "Renegade" by Styx.
Oh, hello! So many musical opportunities here.
Take out "Renegade" and have Martin going "Renegade," the Renegade.
Well, that's enough for one episode. I think we're going to break these clips up. We'll do a whole nother episode on the rest of Matt's submissions. Thank you, Matt Wilson, for your hard work. Thank you for your vast archive. I know you got every episode that John's ever done. Thank you for that. The Get My Go listeners, thank you for that. I got about 4 short clips we'll do for the next episode of Get My Go. So I want to thank Dean and Joe for being on the show. Dean, tell us about Mallertown. The Christmas episode's coming up. What else you got in store for Mallertown?
Yeah, look, Mallertown. Yeah, so Stern has the Whack Pack. Opie and Anthony has the pests. Ben Maller has the Maller Militia, and that's what my podcast is about. Is the Maller Militia, and an interesting group of people. But in terms of Get My Go listeners, I do have a couple of guys booked, which I'm actually got fighting over the tomorrow time slot at the moment. But look forward to seeing Chad and Husey separately coming up on Mallertown Vacation coming up soon. So yeah, look out for that on Mallertown. Just search Mallertown on most podcast apps. But come on, most of us use like Apple and iHeart and Google and shit like that. So it's available on those. Yeah. Outside of that, on Twitter, I'm at that saucy guy. Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be.
Yes. Joe, I see you're wearing a sweatshirt from tpublic.com, right?
That's right. Yep. Beautiful K100 in the American flag colors. You can get the Mexican flag, Italian flag, Puerto Rican flag. There's even a pride flag on there. Perfectly.
Australian flag. So you've got the flag, but not the Australian.
Yeah.
Edit that, Mike.
Perfectly representing the K100 audience, I might add.
Yes.
So go to the key.
Aren't they a bunch of fucking losers, mate?
Yeah. So
bunch
K100
of fucking trolls.
You just made me say gay 100. So K100 comes out on Friday. Rehash comes out on Wednesday. And K100 Speaks comes out on Sunday. And I've actually been sticking to that recently, which is amazing.
What'd you say? K100 Speaks?
K100 Talks.
Jesus.
Dean threw me all kinds of off. Yeah, K100 Talks on Sunday or Speaks, however you prefer it. But so that's K100 Talks on Sundays, Rehash on Wednesday, main show on Friday, Raven Effect on Mondays, and check out the Creative Control Network at the CC Network 1 on Twitter. Follow Mike's show, follow Francine's show, Tom Pritchard, Kevin Sullivan, Husey, honorable mention, Pat McNeil, Owls and Gunslingers, and everybody else that is a part of all of our great listeners there, man, that check out the Creative Control Network products.
Yeah, every show you just mentioned, they're all making great waves out there, man. What was the quote? I got to write that down.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mike Durband, youtube.com/Mike Durband. Please follow the Get My Go Twitter. We only have like 300 or 400 followers on there. I don't know why it's so low. Follow us on Twitter. And please subscribe to the youtube.com/GetMyGo YouTube channel. And if you want to get a shirt, prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durband. And please use the Manscaped code. Manscaped is the best product. I wish it was around, 15, 20 years ago, because, back then I had to use regular razors. Manscaped razors are perfectly made for, trimming all the body hair all over your body.
Mm-hmm. And like Conan says, get yourself a second shaver. You can take care of your beard and your head too.
Yeah. Promo code GMG at manscaped.com. Yeah, a lot of people like Joe.
Beard.
Joe's got the neck beard going right now.
Get rid of that neck beard. That's hideous.
Yeah. Also, the taint, your taint area,
Get up in there.
For some people, it's very hard to shave, but the Lawnmower 3.0, and I'm assuming the 4.0 will have it too, but there's like a little mini flashlight on it, so you can see in those dark crevices.
Yeah.
JBV and Otaku, you can get up in there, man, and you can see what you're shaving. So if JBV or Otaku, if you want a free one, I'll send you one.
Yeah,
let me know.
Wow.
Room it up, and I actually keep the Reviver ball toner right here on my desk, so that whenever I want, I can just get a little spray up my shorts. There we go.
Done.
Keep it smelling nice. Tone those.
And let's
balls.
not forget when you trim the grass around the tree, the tree looks bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Also, if you lose 15 pounds, but I haven't done that yet.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next episode for more of these great submissions from Matt Wilson. Thank you, Matt.